Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well today. In this video, we're going to be covering a project that's looking to become a parachain on Polkadot. Robonomics Network started off on Ethereum, but recently made the pivot and is now in the process of deploying their network on the Polkadot blockchain. And I wanted to remind you all that this is part of my ongoing initiative to introduce Polkadot projects to you guys. And to make things a little bit easier for you guys, I've also started a Polkadot playlist, which I'll link in the description below. And if you're a subscriber to my free newsletter, expect to get brief summaries on various Polkadot projects in the coming weeks. And folks, if you're not a subscriber to my free newsletter already, make sure you guys check out the description box below before resuming the video. All you need to do is click the link below and enter your email address. And if you wanted to learn more about me and the projects that I'm interested in, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Alright, to kickstart this video, let's talk about what Robonomics is. The key takeaway here in this paragraph is that the platform or the network that they're building is going to be open source, meaning that anybody can contribute and the existing code can be forked and adapted to better suit the needs of the respective dApp builders. Now within this network, developers can build dApps that will ultimately facilitate the activity between humans and machines. All these actions within the Robonomics network will be controlled by dApps that are building on Ethereum, but also dApps that are building on Kusama and Polkadot. The reason the team chose to allow developers to build on any of the three blockchains that I just mentioned is because they want the engineers to choose between any blockchain they feel best suits their needs. For example, even though most of the liquidity, the innovation is on Ethereum at the moment, Polkadot's new infrastructure allows projects like Robonomics to build custom blockchains and anchor those blockchains onto Polkadot. This ultimately will speed up transactions, make them cheaper, but it also makes the project cross-chain compatible with other parachains that are anchored onto Polkadot. So in other words, any innovation that happens on the other adjacent parachains can be leveraged by the Robonomics network. Now the grand vision of all this is the idea of a cyber physical system. So for example, let's imagine in the future, everything in our household and everything in industry integrates the Robonomics network. This means everything that you have in your home, whether it's a light bulb, your couch, your air conditioner, is all integrated with this technology. In this scenario, if let's say your light bulb was ready to go out, a message would be sent to a smart factory to start building you a light bulb. Once the light bulb is produced, it'd be sent to the post office, and from the post office, a drone would automatically pick it up and deliver it to your house. This is just one example from the list of endless possibilities, but I think you guys get the idea. And this is a pretty good pictorial overview of how the network is designed to work. You basically have the cyber physical systems that publish a series of offers based on the behavioral pattern of consumers. And when a service is carried out, since everything is done on the blockchain, the transaction is transparently cataloged and the appropriate parties can easily receive a payment for the service rendered. Now that I've given you guys a brief introduction, let's talk about the tokenomics. If you guys recall, this project started off in 2015. 2017, they had their ICO on Ethereum, and the total amount of tokens issued at that time was 1 million XRT. Between summer 2018 and summer 2019, we still had 1 million tokens in circulation. 20%, equaling 2 million, was allocated to Core Dev DAO. The remaining 70% is locked and is waiting for Ethereum 2.0. Now, beginning in August 2020, the allocations changed a bit. You still have that 1.1 million that remains in circulation, but a portion of the tokens in the Core Dev DAO have been allocated to community events, public sales, and inflation, ranging from Q4 2020 to Q4 2021. And it looks like the Core Dev DAO decided to allocate to these two categories because they want to make sure that some of these tokens end up on the Polkadot ecosystem, and they're also being used to secure parachain slots. I think once this is all said and done, the allocation into these subcategories will ultimately end up in circulation. The project also has another token called the RWS token. There's a max supply of 100, the current market cap is 3 million, and it's trading at $60,000 per token. The XRT token, which is the main utility token for the network, and is likely to be used to pay for transaction fees in order to interact in the network. XRT works just fine for individual actors or actors that don't plan to make many transactions, but enterprises are going to need a better solution. And this is why the team came out with the RWS token. By holding this token, an enterprise could make over 2.5 million transactions in a month with no time limits. And once they're done using the token, they can deactivate the WS token and trade it on Uniswap at any given time. Now, to end the video, let me give you guys my closing thoughts on the project. Now, in terms of the tokens, and that's the XRT token and the RWS token, like most other tokens out there, the fundamental driver for the token's value is going to be the growth and the adoption of the network. Just like users need Ethereum to conduct transactions on the Ethereum blockchain, users are going to need XRT to issue requests and conduct other activities within the Robonomics network. So at the moment, it's just pure speculation that's driving the price. If the fact that the project made a pivot and decided that they also wanted to become a parachain on Polkadot reinvigorated interest in the project. I think what you're likely to see, unless they come up with a real use case soon, is that it's going to go through another hype cycle and eventually it's going to make a correction. Don't get me wrong, they got one of the best developer teams out there and they're all high-level thinkers, they're futurists, but timing is very important. Even if you have a great idea but you're way ahead of your time, it's very unlikely that you're going to gain any traction. For example, if you started an online pet store before 2000, it's very likely that you would have failed. But if you started the same online store once the web infrastructure was in place, then your odds of succeeding would have dramatically increased. I think at this point, many people agree that automation is the future. And who knows, maybe this team is building a network that's likely to be integrated by most companies in the future. But getting the timing is really tough. I think the best case scenario for the project is if they build out this network and let's say they have it ready for commercial use in a couple years, and around the time, let's say we start to see self-driving cars, autonomous drones that deliver packages to people, I think it's a very reasonable possibility that large players start to build within the Robonomics network. Now, if you're watching the video until this point, it's very likely that you're enjoying my content. If you're interested in hearing my insights in real time, I encourage you guys to sign up for my Patreon. Even if you sign up for the lower $20 tier, you'll get exclusive access to my private Discord channel. You'll get a free subscription to my paid newsletter. And if you decide to upgrade to a higher tier, you can even get one-on-one access with me. And if you want to get to know me a little bit better before you decide to buy one of these services, make sure you guys check out my Twitter profile. Both the links to my Patreon page and my Twitter profile can be found in the description below. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.